Ask the Messenger's TV show is a TV show that educates, informs, and entertains our viewers on public health issues such as mental illness, suicide, addiction, illness and disease, COVID-19 relief, crime, domestic violence, homelessness, human trafficking, employment opportunities, healthcare, and more. And now, Ask the Messengers.
Today on Ask the Messengers, Mayor Duggan and City Council member Fred Durhall share information about Project Clean Slate, a free expungement program for Detroit residents. And you will hear from some participants of this program as to how it has helped them get their lives back on track. Plus, doing business in Detroit featuring Sweet Soul Catering. And later, Detroit 300 founder Dr. Raphael Johnson talks about how this organization is working with residents to help deter crime in their residential areas. Ask the Messengers begins now.
Now, Project Clean Slate, over 10,000 expungements. You got to tell me, what was the most challenging thing that you had to go through to come here, right here at this point?
Well, the bureaucracy was the problem because nobody cared. But you have folks who committed a crime years ago, have not been in trouble in years, turned their lives around, and we just felt like they deserved a second chance. They earned it, and we just made it a lot easier.
Well, I'm going to say thank God that you cared. Not only do you care about these individuals, it changes families, it changes life. Thank you so much, Mayor Duggan.
Great to see you.
Thank you.
Without Project Clean Slate, there is no telling where I would be right now.
It gave him back his life, because once he got the felony, it seemed like life was over.
Being unemployed, being depressed, being a burden. Project Clean Slate helped wipe those things away. I can't say thank you enough. I am now able to work for a reputable airline. Detroit had my back, all because I live in Detroit.
I'm here with Gary. So Gary, how are you today?
I'm okay, yeah.
Good. So listen, tell me, first of all, how did you find out about Project Clean Slate? And give us a little bit of how it helped you once you found out.
Well, I found out through one of my cousins that went through it. And so I said, okay, I'm going to try it. And so far, I have no complaints. I mean, it's been helpful. And just to see the felonies fall off on my record, I mean, I can't do nothing but be thankful. I mean, because I did make choices as a youth. And once I got free, you know, like they say, you have this cloudy road, and that help makes that road a little clearer.
Okay, now take us through the process. What did you have? What did you do in order to do it? What were some of the steps? So in case, look in that camera and then just kind of explain the process, because I'm sure you were like, this can't be real.
Well, he sent me the link to my phone, and I went online and filled out the application and things like that. And then they had an event at the police station. And so I went and got my fingerprints and things like that. And they gave me a copy of my record of what had been moved and what they were still working on. And I mean, that just made me feel that much more confident about the program. Last week I had an expungement hearing, which was Tuesday. And Wednesday I had an interview with the Juvenile Detention Center. So I felt free of telling them what the process was I was going through, because I knew they probably wouldn't hire me if I had a felony. So it felt kind of good to let them know that it was in the process of being expunged.
Now, from one city resident going through, and as you said, you made some bad decisions, and other people who have shared stories through this process have made decisions, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, whatever, however age, doesn't matter. I want you to look right into that camera and talk to some of your homies and let them know about this program and how it has really changed your life and how it helped you. Tell them, don't be scared.
No, they already talked to most of them and shared the process with them. Some of them might be going through it, some of them might not, but I hope they are, because they've seen the change in my life since leaving incarceration and stuff like that. I even had a conversation with one of my cousins last week, and she just like, you come so far, you just made so much change, and she just kind of reminded me of the hurdles I jumped through. And, because I still at sometimes be like, man, and so that conversation with her was real helpful.
If you can make one statement about Project Clean Slate, what would you say in one sentence or one word?
Helpful, a blessing, and I appreciate them. I appreciate the things that they do and offer because they don't have to. So I'm grateful.
And it's really good to be a City of Detroit resident, right?
Oh yeah, right now it is.
Because I live in Detroit, I was able to get tuition-free college through the Detroit Promise. I feel very fortunate working with the Detroit Promise. They were able to afford me so many opportunities. I'm currently studying media production and journalism at University of Michigan Dearborn. I'm looking to take my talents further into the production industry, short films. I love working with people here, and this is where I want to be. And that's why I'm Detroit for life. Because I live in Detroit, I was able to get tuition-free college through the Detroit Promise. I feel very fortunate working with the Detroit Promise. They were able to afford me so many opportunities. I'm currently studying media production and journalism at University of Michigan Dearborn. I'm looking to take my talents further into the production industry, short films. I love working with people here, and this is where I want to be. And that's why I'm Detroit for life.
It is a privilege and an honor. Obviously, this man does amazing in his community for his constituents. We're here at Project Clean Slate. And I mean, what does this mean to you, and what was your role?
It means just so much. As the chair of the Return to Citizens Task Force for the City of Detroit, as someone who's introduced legislation on the state level to help folks who have been justice impacted or who are returning citizens, today just exemplifies a step forward. You talk about 10,000 expungements here in the city of Detroit. These are 10,000 lives and 10,000 second chances so folks can move their lives forward and their families' lives forward.
You said 10,000 lives, 10,000 expungements, but you do more than just this. I mean, you're putting your feet to the ground, right? You're in your community, and I see you working not just at these rec centers, but Project Clean Slate is viable in your area alone, right? That's more jobs, more people working in that community. Tell me a little bit what's going on in your community and how you think Project Clean Slate is affecting the jobs in your community.
I think Project Clean Slate is affecting the jobs because, again, it gives folks access. A lot of times with the stories that are not told is that folks apply for jobs. They come home, they're returning citizens, they paid their debt, but then they apply. And then folks take their application and they look at the fact that they check the box and then they push it aside. So what this does, it gives them new hope. And what do? Jobs help us stabilize our neighborhoods. It helps us keep our families together. It helps our communities become a lot stronger. And so Project Clean Slate helps promote that so folks can get those jobs, but also just, get the scarlet letter off of them and help kill the stigma that is attached to folks who have made a mistake before.
If you could give like one piece of advice for the viewers watching, maybe who are apprehensive, maybe even about the program, what advice would you give them? What do you want to tell them?
Well, what I'd like to tell them, for those who are watching, there are still over 168,000 people in the city of Detroit who are eligible for expungement. But you have to get in contact with us. So please contact the city of Detroit. Please contact Project Clean Slate. I'm Councilman Fred Durhall III. You can contact our office at 313-224-2151, 313-224-2151 to get connected. But other than that, just keep wrapping our arms around each other and understand each other and realize that we are all just one mistake. And without the grace of God, none of us can move forward.
You heard it from him, and I second that. Thank you so much for interviewing with Ask the Messengers. We always want to give our viewers information that can help the community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Tell us your name and how did you find out about Project Clean Slate?
My name is Chantel Joyce, and my daughter, told me about the program.
Okay.
She called me, she said, Mama, they expunging records, and I think you need to get on it. And I told her to send me the information. She sent me the information, and I got right on it.
So tell me about the process. So if someone else watching maybe uncomfortable or a little bit nervous, what are some of the process that you had to go through in order to apply? What was asked of you? When I went through the program, they asked me for my information. They looked up everything. They had me to come down to write off some of, the charges that I had. I had to do my footwork just as well as they had to do their footwork. Look right there and let them know. I had to do my footwork just like they had to do their work. So they had me to go to the precincts to get them all signed off, and I had to bring them right back. I did that in one day, because I'm not playing. I wasn't playing. I was trying to get this done. So going through the process, about how long did it take before you started seeing some results? I started seeing results within a year. Okay. Within a year. Okay. So speaking to someone that's watching right now, what would you like to share with them? Because there are people out here who have felonies and they're afraid, or they think it's a scam, because, we got scams all over the place. They think it's a hoax. Talk to your people. It's real. And if you want your life back, get the help. Why? It's free and they helping you. I'm glad. I'm grateful. I'm glad I got my life back. Okay. Now, in one sentence, how would you describe Project Clean Slate? It's a nice program. I'm thankful that they have a program like this to help people, because it wasn't nothing like this at first. I'm grateful. That's all I could say. I'm grateful for Project Clean Slate to have my life back.
Thank you enough. I am now able to work for a reputable airline. Detroit had my back, all because I live in Detroit.
I'm here with Miss Tiffany, and it looks beautiful. I'm ready to taste. I'm ready to skip all the interview and just taste. My mouth is watering. It smells so good, everybody. Let me tell you, this is Miss Tiffany. Miss Tiffany, tell our viewers the name of your business and exactly what you do.
Okay, well, I am Tiffany. I'm the proud owner of Sweet Soul by Anise Full Service Catering. We specialize in brunches, corporate events, weddings.
Wow.
Just a large array of different private events.
That's a lot. Wait, you just said weddings, corporate events. That's a lot of people. That's like thousands of people. Oh my goodness. Okay, wow. Obviously, it's beautiful. How long have you been doing this? How long have you been in business?
I've been catering for over 10 years.
Over 10 years.
10 years. And then in 2019, I just, totally legitimized.
You were like, I'm going full service on y'all.
Absolutely. I said, I found myself out of work, laid off. And I said, you know what? I can, make a living doing what I love to do and what I'm talented at doing.
Let me tell you something. I love when women are empowered. I mean, men feel empowered all the time, but when a woman has that gumption to just go forward, that means you believed in yourself. Absolutely. So what did it actually take for you to go from, okay, hey, I don't have this business anymore, to doing this? What did it take for you financially even?
Well, I had a little savings, thankfully. And, I've been doing this, like I said, for years. It started with my mom.
Okay.
She had a seasonal catering business.
Oh, so, okay, yep.
So I helped with that when I was young, and I just, honed in on my love for cooking.
Wow. And it smells so good. So you actually have been experienced in this for a while.
Yes.
And you've been going through that. So since you've been around as long as you have, 2019, you've been doing this business. Tell me kind of some obstacles that you've had to face.
Like you said, financial things, competition. There's a lot of, it's social media. You kind of get in your head sometimes.
Yeah.
But you have to just, put your head down and
keep it moving, keep it working. Now you already do corporate events, you do weddings. What do we expect it to see in the future from, look, Sweet Soul? Are you about to do like a little food truck or something? Give me kind of like the scoop.
Well, no, we're not doing any food trucks anytime soon, but we're just going to just go after all the jobs that we want. You know, the big fish, the catering jobs for the corporate events. You know, we've done things for Avalon Healing Center. We did their grand opening. And one of my fondest memories along this journey was doing the opening for Hamilton's the play.
Wow, I love Hamilton.
We did their VIP reception on opening night.
That's amazing.
We serviced over 400 people.
Wow, that's amazing.
That's when I realized, you know,
you got something. You got something. Look, you are not in the small pond. Look. So I know you do the big events, but what about, you know, I'm having my daughter's Sweet 16 party. This is a home event. Do you do the smaller ones too?
Those are my favorite because I can take my time and get those intricate little details, you know, and obsess over the little things.
And what's your menu like? You do cakes?
We do everything. We specialize in soul food.
Okay.
But my son is a grill master. I do homemade baked goods.
Oh.
You know, the good stuff. Peach cobbler,
oh my goodness,
cake, sweet potato pie.
Look, you guys know, y'all viewers know I'm greedy. I'm all about tasting and being there. Okay, so I am ready. I'm ready. What do you have here for us?
Today we have lasagna, green beans, meatballs, mashed potatoes, a little tossed.
Oh my goodness.
Dinner roll.
So, okay, if I wanted to get in touch with you, I wanted to get some things done. Is there a website? How do I know about your menu? How do I know what to get? How do I reach you?
Yes. www.sweetsoulcatering.com. We're on Facebook. We're on Instagram. And you can just old-fashioned call me, too.
Yes. I'm going to give you that number. It's 313-878-4948. Don't forget it. Miss Tasty Tiffany is about to let me taste some of her goods here. This right here. We are here, all you Ask the Messengers viewers. It is about the community, and I am here with Dr. Johnson. He is affiliated with Detroit 300. Tell our viewers basically like your role in this company, and I mean, it's amazing what you guys are doing.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Dr. Raphael Johnson. I am one of the founders of the Detroit 300, along with the late, great Angelo Henderson, former journalist, and also Reverend, peace be upon him. I currently serve as a grant manager over the CVI program under the leadership of Eric Ford.
Now, obviously, we heard a lot today. Our viewers may not know what's going on in the zip code. Tell them kind of what's going on in this zip code and the part Detroit 300 plays in violence reduction.
So the objective is to stop the shots, to save lives, to make sure the streets in that area are safe for women, children, and senior citizens. That's been the objective of Detroit 300 since its inception over 15 years ago. Now with the CVI, we were able to partner with individuals in the community who we consider to be violence interrupters, individuals who have influence in the neighborhood. Some of them are here, and one of them is standing with me now. With that partnership, not only do we get the buy-in from the residents, but we also get the buy-in from the actual individuals who are committing the crimes, giving them an opportunity to think twice before they commit a crime.
You stop it before it happens, and you have like proven numbers. What are your numbers?
So at this point, for the third quarter, we were able to reduce crime in that particular area by 42%. That was 22% more than what Detroit Police Department did in non-CVI zone. So hence, that's why we're here for the performance bonus acknowledgement.
Thank you so much. Tell me your name, sir.
Dominique Allen.
Dominique Allen. Obviously, how has this affected your life? Just being a part of this.
It's great just being a part of me being born and raised in 48227 my whole life. In Detroit 300, not being able to reach certain areas or certain pockets within inside the 48227 zone that I know for a fact where I'm an influencer at, and I know I can use my name and influence to, potentially squash certain situations that they potentially can't. So when I linked up with Detroit 300, it's just been great moving forward. It's been a good collaboration. It's a benefit for the whole 48227 and potentially the whole city.
Now, I know, obviously, you've affected a lot of people. Do those individuals that you've affected come back, say thank you, congratulate you for just being in their lives? What do you...
I mean, all the time. I talk to them on a daily. I just don't squash beats. It's done. Don't hear from them no more. I check in with them daily. I keep phone numbers. I go through the neighborhoods. I'm born and raised from over there, so everybody know me. If you don't know me, that means you not from over there. Right. I went to elementary school over there, middle school, high school. I've been over there my whole life since the 90s. I've been over there, and I'm only 33.
So you're a mentor as well, obviously. So I just want to say thank you both on behalf of the community. Thank you so much for participating and keeping your ears to the ground and making a difference. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Appreciate it, man.
We're calling on all men to stand up. If you have an ounce of courage in you, if you have an ounce of fearlessness in you, we're asking you to stand up. We're not asking you, we're demanding you to stand up. Because these babies have been killed on our watch. These babies have been abducted on our watch. These babies have been accosted and victimized on our watch. So as men, it's demanded upon us to stand up. Now our question to you is, where are the uncles, the cousins, the fathers, the brothers of these victims, these babies? Where are you at? And what are you doing?
Well, that concludes this week's episode of Ask the Messengers. We also invite you to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you would like to help support our show, please feel free to make a donation of any kind by visiting our show website, www.askthemessengers.org. If you prefer to mail donations, please make check or money order payable to Ask the Messengers TV show and send it to 18400 Schaefer Highway, Detroit, Michigan 48235. Ask the Messengers is the program that deals with things that help you. Thank you for watching.